Wish we could turn back time to the good old days.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I've done a little something different with my hair, and I just tried something new for the upcoming school year. So yeah, get used to it for a few months. I'm going to be looking like this. So today, if you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing 10 tips for freshmen and sophomores and 10 tips for juniors and seniors on surviving high school and just doing well in high school. So I've done it where I'm doing it all as one video, and down below I'll tell you time marks for if you are a freshman and sophomore, which part of the video to watch, and if you're junior or senior, which part of the video to watch, or you can just watch the entire video if you just want to get some more tips, because they kind of apply for all grades, but there are a little bit more stuff that's a little bit more specific that wouldn't necessarily go with some of the other grades. So yeah, let's just get started into this video. Alright, for my freshmen and my sophomores, here are your 10 tips. Tip number 1, your GPA matters. I guess that's not really a tip, but let's just go with it. Your GPA matters. Your freshman year GPA matters, honestly, the most, because it is like a baseline. It's kind of like, where do you want to start and how much harder do you want to work? So if you don't do very well your freshman year, you're going to be spending the next 3 years trying to get your GPA up, and it's really hard for your GPA to grow. It's really easy for it to fall. So that's a little, thing. That's something to think about. So tip number 2 is that when you're scheduling, I know some people's orientations are either gone or now, so this video is kind of late, but when you're scheduling, I would try to get all your extra requirements out of the way your first 2 years, rather than wait till your junior, senior year, because you don't want to be that senior that needs this art credit to graduate and need to go take this class that you really don't want to take. But yeah, so that's what I did. My freshman year, I took my gym credit and my art credit, and it was out the way, and I was good. Because my senior year, there were lots of people who were like, man, I still have my gym credit to take, or I still have my art credit to take. So definitely would try to just knock that out the way first. 3 is, so to do your homework either in school or right after school. Unless you have a sport, then you have to kind of make time for that. But if you don't play a sport, don't have an activity, don't have a job or anything after school, you should try to either do your homework in school or right after school, because it just makes you a lot more productive. You get it done right away, and then afterwards you can just relax and chill and enjoy your evenings, or you can go back later and review and refresh and study, rather than relaxing till about 6, 7 o'clock after dinner and then trying to do your homework, because your body's already starting to prepare to relax, and now you have to go try to focus and get it done, and it's just a mess. So I would recommend trying to get it done in school or right after school. Now, if you are that person, and if you're that person, if you get distracted really easily, either it's by your phone, your computer, the TV, by listening to music, I would recommend going to a library. And I did this a lot my freshman and sophomore year of high school. After school, I would just go to the library and get my homework done and then go home. That's what I would do, because it just was a lot easier, and it just made me more organized and not procrastinate my homework. So I would definitely do that. But if you don't have time to go to the library after school, maybe make some space in your schedule, like putting a study center or study hall, whatever you guys call it, that period where you don't have a class and you can just do your homework and just catch up on stuff. And that's what I did. I didn't do that my freshman year, which I really regret, but my sophomore through senior year, I always had a study center. It was great. Ask your teachers for help. During that time period, you can go ask teachers for help if you don't understand something on the homework or the reading, or if you need help with prepping for your test or something like that. They're there to help you. I know that sounds so cliche, but it's like the absolute truth. They're there to help you. They want to help you. You know, you can ask them to meet before school, after school, even during lunch. Sometimes teachers would, you know, meet with me and just help me out. You know what I mean? Like, my teachers will tell you, I utilize them so much. I'm sure they got annoyed by me by the end of the year, but I, you know, just use them. Like, they're happy to help you. They really, truly want to see you succeed. So going along with talking about teachers, as a freshman and a sophomore, don't let your junior and senior friends kind of define. Actually, don't let any of your friends try to define, like, your teacher. I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay, so for example, my friend, her sophomore year, she had a math teacher. She completely despised him, and she was like, he's so mean, he's so tough, like, I really don't like him. And so the following year, when I scheduled my courses and I got my course schedule, I had that same teacher, and because of what she previously told me, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible. Like, she said he's so mean and everything. But once I got into his class, and, you know, my relationship with him is completely different to her relationship with him. You know, he taught me a lot. He helped me, like, learn so much more than he challenged me, you know what I mean? And I challenged him sometimes. Like, what she told me was completely different to my own experience. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't let your friends or other people who've had teachers in the past define what you think of that teacher until you give them a chance, because people's experiences are different. Kind of switching gears just a little bit, I'm going to talk about college. So as a freshman and sophomore, you're like, why is she talking about college? I have like another year, another 2 years to have to start thinking about college. That's, like, in my opinion, the wrong mindset. As a freshman, you should be thinking about college. You should be thinking about the colleges you want to do. You don't have to necessarily think about what you want to study, even though that would be even more beneficial, because, you know, there are certain colleges that are known for certain areas of studies. But just thinking about colleges that you are interested, that you may want to go to, is a good idea to start as a freshman or a sophomore, because going back to that first thing I mentioned about your GPA, you know, your GPA is one of the more important things colleges look at. So if you know you want to go to like an Ivy League school that requires a 3.8 GPA, you know that your freshman year you can't get like a 2.4 GPA. You know, you need to be able to get a really good GPA so you can build up on that. Yeah, so I definitely just make a list. Number 9, I would say, I'm switching kind of back again, is to join clubs or sports, or just do something after school. Just be involved with your school, be active. Don't be that person that kind of stays to themselves, you know, just like go out and have fun. I wish I did a lot more of that my freshman year. Probably met more people, made more friendships. But, you know, definitely just join clubs, join things that you're interested in. My school had lots of clubs. They did a lot of stuff to try to get students involved, join a sport, you know, an after-school club or something. And the last thing is just to make friends. And I know that sounds like it's actually easier said than done. Making friends is not always something that comes naturally to a law person, and I'm one of those people. I'm very shy when you meet me. But yeah, just try to make friends, you know. There's this tip, I can't remember who I got it from, but it's like, if you go up to someone and start talking to them like you're already friends, they're a lot more open to responding to you. So those are my 10 tips for freshmen and sophomores. So
Sometimes a certain
Hey guys, I'm actually have to cut the video right there. Unfortunately the video is going to be way too long, so I couldn't upload it. So just stay tuned because the next video will be coming up right after this. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!